So at least once a year, I start looking around. I feel like I don't have enough space in here to work, and I decide I'm going to tear something completely apart to gain more room, and I start getting rid of some of the junk I don't need. Last year, there was a whole half wall that came out right here that my son was riding his bike, and I just got tired of him having to ride around it, and I just tore it out. So yesterday, I was out here working in the garage, and I used to park my car right here, and my mirror right here would be right up against the workbench. And anytime I was working over in this area on a car, I would have to walk all the way over and around the back of my car to get into this little workspace. So I thought, well, I'm going to take out 3 or 4 foot of this wall and my workbench and move all that over, and that's what I've done. But now I can walk this side of my car. I've got this huge space that I can walk back and forth right here. Remounted my vise, moved all these tools over. I think once I get it organized, get rid of some extra junk, I think I'm gonna love it. But that's not what today's video is about. So this is a very simple video, nothing fancy, no fancy camera tricks or editing, just a straightforward update on what's been going on with the channel. Basically, I've just been struggling to keep up with everything that's going on, and the channel's kind of taken a back seat because real life takes priority. You know, I don't make any money off of this channel. You know, if the thing keeps going, that'd be a great goal for the future, but I don't see it ever being anything that will sustain me financially in any way. But as real life things happen, the channel has to take a back seat. When I started the channel, my wife was working full-time, and now she's dropped to part-time. That's put a lot more pressure on me. A guy that I do a lot of work for, recently his father passed away, and I've picked up a lot of the slack, taking some jobs for him so that he can be with his family. And also I've been picking up some extra handyman jobs and doing all the things that I normally do as someone being self-employed, trying to stay ahead of the curve and have income, because I'm never guaranteed the next job or the next payday. I'm willing to bet I'm probably the only CRX that'll be at Race Brothers Farm Supply today. Come to think of it, how many people in the last year or 2 years have come to any farm store anywhere to buy a rubber watering pan for their farm animals? I've got a lot of videos that I've already shot that, one, either need edited, which is the thing that takes me the longest in doing these videos, or I've shot it quite a while ago, and I just need to grab some other footage to finish it or just to make it more interesting. Once you see those, it'll probably be somewhat obvious on some of them that they were shot a while ago. They're not really up to date, but I'm going to go ahead and finish them and put them out there. I've got one that I share kind of what it's like being a commercial photographer, shooting some of the boats in studio this year. One where my son and I just go check out the hot rods on a big hot rod event here in town. I've got one talking about how I went from very, very little money in a four-wheeler to doing some trades and eventually trading up to something that was practically new without spending hardly any money. And I've got one that I'll probably be finishing up here shortly after I just need another day of riding to get some more footage of my two buddies and I going out and riding Chadwick, Missouri on our dirt bikes. This time of year, on top of everything else, I cut my own wood for heat, and that's a lot of work keeping up with that. I feel like a little bit of a failure You know, I set goals at the beginning of the year to try to get out at least like 3 videos a month, if not once a week. And I was keeping up pretty decent with that for a while, and then I've just fallen off the wagon for a bit, and I was just getting a little burnout, and my family, my job, those things have been taking up my time, but that's where the priority needed to be. So I want to continue doing this channel. I've had another almost 100 subscribers probably just in the past month and a half or so, so thank you guys for that. And that's encouraging, but I'd love more feedback from you guys. You know, I've done so many different things on this channel all over the place. The biggest feedback I seem to get so far is everyone's interested in this car, the CRX, but I want to do other stuff too. I don't want to get burnt out just on this car. You know, I built this car to drive, and that's what I do a lot. I use this car and I drive it a lot, and I've got plans for the longer future of this car if I keep it, but for the most part I built it to drive, and that's what I do. I plan to be driving the car and using it more than I work on it. So that may be a letdown to some of you, that I'm not one of those guys that just constantly changes and modifies my car. This was a long-term goal. Building this car was a really long-term goal, and there was a lot of years I didn't get to drive it, and now that I can actually use it and it's back on the road, that's what I want to do with it. Just want to let you guys know there are things in the works that I just have been struggling to get finished. I'm not going to neglect the channel, but I'm definitely not going to neglect my real life responsibilities just for a channel that's, you know, more so of a hobby outlet for me right now. For the future of this channel, I would love to keep the production value up a little more than doing these standard GoPro vlogs, but it's basically based on what you guys want to see. If you do like seeing these little GoPro vlogs and you don't care as much about the production quality like I try to do on some of my other videos, then maybe that's the answer. When I started off this channel, I wanted it to keep it simple, to not have high production quality. I can't help but have a little fun and bring the production level up, but at the end of the day, that's also why I struggle to keep the channel new and updated, is because more production value means a lot more time involved in both shooting and editing. Here's a free pro tip. Anytime you're parking in a busy parking lot, always try to park downhill side of a curb so that any carts that come flying across won't hit your car. That's it, guys. That's an explanation of why I've felt like a failure as far as this channel goes, but life takes priority, and I think having a little break from it has been nice too, and I plan to get things rolling again here soon. I appreciate you guys sticking with me, and please give me feedback on what you guys would like to see, and I will do my best to keep funneling things in that direction. The end.